Moving forward, AI-driven technology will be key in making India's roads safer and also making Indians drive safer. I'd like to now welcome Professor C.V. Jawahar from IIIT Hyderabad to talk to us how advancements in vehicle safety, mobility analysis, and AI can reimagine road safety over all of India. Welcome, Professor Jawahar.
Thank you for the warm welcome. We all know that technology is helping worldwide in improving the road safety and improving the efficiency of transportation. However, in places like India, where the road is highly unstructured, where the traffic is highly unstructured, there are many new challenges. As a vision researcher, I can obviously see issues related to the density of objects, the novel objects which appear on the road from nowhere, the complex moving patterns, crowd, poor visibility, and many other perception issues. Is that the only thing that one should worry about if you want to improve the road safety? So we believe that this requires a multifaceted approach. For example, there is significant role for technology in improving the safety, performance of vehicles, the driving behaviors of drivers, and impacting or helping and supporting drivers. Possibly these are all well understood. That's what we think when you start. And possibly we can bring the technologies from elsewhere to the Indian roads. But there are a set of new issues which sometimes we forget. This technology has to coexist with human. There are associated issues in human interface, the social issues, the cultural issues. How do you educate people? How do you enforce laws? And this has a lot to do with the social issues of the community. And another dimension, another related dimension is infrastructure. So we would like to look at why this infrastructure need to scale. And of course, it is easy to scale. We need a exceptionally good infrastructure, but it also comes with cost. The need of maintenance, accessibility, the regulations associated with infrastructures. So there are a number of dimensions that we need to work on if you ever want to impact the road safety in countries like India. Before we get into the details, so let's ask a simple question. If the roads or the traffic is unstructured, why is it so? And how does it matter to us? It's a fundamental question. So as a machine learning researcher, one way to answer is about how the AI system that we build elsewhere can be adapted or can be designed or can be extended to Indian settings. For this, we need to understand the complex prior, how people move, the motion patterns. The prior knowledge has to be captured. And there is no other way to capture data other than capture this knowledge other than capturing from the data. Why? So if you recall the today's AI systems, they learn from large quantities of data. The performance is evaluated, measured, reported on realistic data in using appropriate statistics, which means that if the data is appropriate, solutions are appropriate, or if the data is biased, the solutions are biased. So our today's AI-based solutions, the performance depends a lot on what type of data that we work with. This naturally raises the question of how do you design or how do you develop solutions in such unstructured environment if you don't have data there. The data that is captured in many of the Western countries may not be fully applicable. So there are multiple ways in which you can approach this problem. We can capture the data, the appropriate data from the local settings and do that. There is another way to look at is how do you adapt or extend with minimal amount of data available from a new domain. And both these directions are today very relevant if you ever want to design technology solutions for Indian settings. So the initial version of this data set had many images, video clips, and enabled a number of tasks in the perception space of Indian roads. What next? A number of extensions are going on now. We expect many of these data sets that helps in understanding, say, the driver gaze, where the driver is looking, or how do you enable all-weather driving, or how do you capture the city scale movement patterns? So many of these data sets are expected in the near future. Let's come back to our question of the unstructured. Why and how does it matter to us? Is it only the technology? Is it only the data that is really required for solving the problem? Not really so. The socio-economic situations that lead to the challenges in enforcements, poor infrastructure and maintenance is another major cause of worry. So the infrastructure that we have, if you look at the road network infrastructure that we have, the majority of the roads are in rural area. And we know that it is not very easy to maintain these roads. It is costly, and the maintenance in all parts of the country are not uniform. And possibly cities enjoy far better roads than the rural areas. This is possibly true throughout. And similarly, if you look at another important dimension of road safety, of enforcing the traffic violation, say regulating the violations. If you look at using CCTV cameras are mostly in cities. If you know the road network is somewhere else, if you know the accidents are somewhere else, CCTV's camera-based solutions are possibly not sufficient today if you want to scale to full city. And far more, the cost associated with the CCTV camera-based solution is huge and possibly impossible to scale throughout the country for a country like India. Now, what are the other issues in the infrastructure? So we may have infrastructure, we may have facilities, we may have signals, we may have things, but how well they are maintained. If you want to do an audit of whether the street lights are fully functional for enhancing the safety of passengers, people who move in the night, you need explicit human surveillance, which is unaffordable and possibly non-functional at many places. If you look at the signboards, many of them need regular maintenance. They get damaged given the weather conditions and the extreme weathers that we have in many parts of the country. You need a regular, scalable infrastructure audit mechanism. If you ever want to improve the safety by enhancing at least the available infrastructure and the players or the participants or the artifacts around it. So here are some, say, initial attempts. So for example, how do you look at the road surface and check what part of the road is damaged? Or how do I ride on the road through a road and look at what type of facilities, pavements, trees, and what is there on the site? Here are some sample video clips with in these video clips, you could see that with a simple video, say a mobile phone captured video mounted on a car or a bike, one is able to inspect the road surface and create a map of the present state of the road by just one run of it, which a human could have taken many days to audit and to document it. Similarly, instead of using a CCTV camera-based solutions, if you have like the cameras mounted on vehicles, like bikes or cars, how do you detect such traffic violations and possibly regulate, control, educate the participants or the riders about how to follow or how to drive on roads? Now, not only that, if you ever want to develop technology in the local ecosystems, it is impossible to assume that the small startups around will have facilities, the infrastructure, the cars, the sensors. So we would like to set up a mechanism providing facility for develop technology. Platform is intended for small startups which cannot afford that, small schools, students who want to play with, say, technology or come with innovative ideas and validate it, data collection, education, technology trials. So a platform which can enable or catalyze the ecosystem around for developing, validating technology in road safety. And we ask the next question, again, how does it matter? The socioeconomic situations also demand low cost or zero cost technologies. How do you add value or this value to me? So if people ask the question, if I participate in improving the road safety, does it help me? Does it immediately help me? Or we need to have a mechanism, how do you incentivize people to participate in enhancing the safety? So this is a very important, because if the technology has to be, say, accessible to a common man with affordable hardware, software that they have. An immediate answer is, how do you use smartphones for this purpose? And how can citizens get involved with this? And with AI now, you can actually use this infrastructure or this mechanism of availability of smartphones in every vehicle to develop technology that can personalize to you, that can know your pattern, that can know your needs, that can know your limitations and help you and even adapt to the environment that you are regularly traveling. Not only that, the technologies that are developed for for a completely different purpose today could be refactored for improving the road safety in Indian settings. The technology for autonomous driving, maybe we are nowhere near to that. So there are much important technologies for driver assistance. So the question here is now, how even the signals that come from the ADAS is useful for enhancing the road safety. Here's an attempt.
Advanced Driving Assistance Solution, or ADAS, will offer an economical way to enhance safety of fleets and road users. ADAS alerts, alongside driver assessments and training, can notably improve driver performance. Mobility analysis will monitor dynamic risks of the entire road network to define grey spots. Preventive maintenance of such risky stretches will prevent black spots before they claim lives. Infrastructure safety will design engineering fixes for existing road black spots. Continuous monitoring will also deliver improved ROI of road infrastructure maintenance. Join us in the mission to reimagine road safety with the predictive power of AI. Project iRaste, intelligent solutions for road safety through technology and engineering.
We see how a technology or the technology that is rooted in, say, autonomous driving or ADAS is helping in knowing where the accidents could happen and how do you prevent it by working with the engineering, the infrastructure, and the drivers. Where do we focus? So where do we focus if you ever want to improve the road safety in countries like India? Indeed, there is a need of improving the driving, improving the immediately perceivable road safety issues in ADAS or better driving. But there are things like, say, the vehicle health. So we have a large number of vehicles that may be near damage or that may require attention, that may require alert. And how do you do vehicle health monitoring in a non-intrusive manner? How can you check the health status? How do you detect violations even when there is no CCTV camera present there? How do you have our own maps or spatial infrastructure for enabling, for helping, for providing information with local culture, language, and support? How do you look at surfaces? So we know how do you look at the road edges? How do you look at what is really required? What type of damages happened in the last rain or last flood? And how do you fix it? Where do you need immediate attention? How do you prioritize? So you need a scalable audits and report generation capabilities with simple technology which even citizens could participate. How do you improve the visibility and maintenance of signs and signals? And this is not the job of just technology development or researchers or developers. This is not the job of just government. The citizens have to be part of this. That alone is not enough. You need to have a mechanism of enforcement and enforcement at scale. Enforcement which is human friendly, enforcement which is easy to implement, and educating. There are a large number of drivers that requires this sort of education, maybe retraining at regular intervals with the cultural, the language, and the flavor of local region. Some of the major areas where we have to be very different from the rest of the world also include the two-wheelers and three-wheelers. Many of the technology that we see and hear are centered around cars. How do we adapt it to, say, two-wheelers or three-wheelers? it is not just porting those technology to a different hardware or software. It's also about cost. It is also about friendliness and usability in such situations. And of course, the local language and culture and the human interface with is very, very important in Indian setting for a country like India. And needless to say, the cost is going to have a very, very important role in this, the low cost and the scalable, which is completely affordable to the large number of people who travel, who use our roads, is the key if you want to develop solutions at this scale. To summarize, we see the role of data, open resources, platforms, facilities that enable a large number of people around. It should catalyze an ecosystem around. We also need research, development, algorithms, technology, solutions, prototypes of various types that helps or extends the research development elsewhere to innovative adaptations and variations in Indian setting. And indeed, we should the use cases and the applications in India could be very different from what we might have seen elsewhere, and that requires an innovative thinking. And this entire set of activity will have to work along with a number of players like government, vehicle manufacturers, vehicle owners, citizens, startups, entrepreneurs, schools, children's. So this is not something that can be done in isolation by a class of a technology people or administrators or police. We need to join hands in making this happen. Please join the effort that INAI is taking in this direction.
Thank you so much, Professor.